to the channel. In this video, we are going to check out the Skunk Tool Works Dovetail markers. Now, you probably haven't heard of this guy yet. He's new, but he's coming out with the best dovetail markers I've ever used. When you look online and you search dovetail markers, there's all these complicated ones that they clamp and they flip around and they do all this kind of stuff. Why? They're just dovetail markers. So keep it simple, keep it elegant, stick with me. So let's start by just looking at these. So these are made out of either brass or bronze. I'm not exactly sure. I probably should have asked them, but I don't think it makes a difference. These ones are a little bit more dinged up than the ones that you would buy from him online because I had these in my pocket at Handworks and didn't think about wrapping them up, so they bounced against each other the entire day. Now, he does take these two pieces and dovetail them together, as you can see right there. I love that they're marked. So they come in a set 6-1, 7-1, 8-1. If you don't know, 6-1 is for softwood, 8-1 is for hardwood, 7-1 is basically right in the middle. I love his little skunk logo, but I was struggling to get it to focus, but I thought it was really neat that he has a little punch that's a skunk. And in use, these things are very solid. So as you can see, that board is not flat. It's still got a little bit of a rough cut, but these things slid over them very easily and were very solid. Here's a different brand that didn't slide as easily, and it rocked back and forth when it was sitting on the board, so it wasn't as stable. This last brand here is one of the cheaper ones that you can buy. It only has a little lip at the top, so it was easy to slide and it did stay on there solid, but it takes up a lot of space. The other thing with these other brands is when you get close to the edge of the board, they're not as solid and they like to rock over the corners. With this one in particular, it wasn't good on the edges at all because there's an indent on that brass piece that it goes right into the corner. It rests right in there and rocks like crazy, so it was really tough to keep that one steady. With the Skunk Tool Works ones, that wasn't an issue at all. It held onto the corner very well. He must have the weight figured out or something. The other thing that I like about these is you can mark the straight and the angled one at the same time. So you can go mark and then go to your angle, mark again. When it comes to the cheaper ones here, you can only do the angle because there's only a little sliver at the top. With these ones, you can do the diagonal and then you could do the straight line along the brass, but it looks like you're supposed to flip it. And you're supposed to go along that side, which would be like a saddle. So you'd mark your angle and then flip it and do your straight line. So with the skunk ones, I just like that you can do both. Now I'm adding this one in here because this is one of the simplest and cheapest ones that you can buy on like Amazon. It was my first one ever. When you mark your line going up, you will hit that metal piece and you will make cuts into it. Depending on your knife, you might mess up your marking knife. It also doesn't really have a straight edge. That edge there is not straight, so you can't do both at the same time. I guess technically you could use it, but again, it's not as straight as it should be. When you get to the corners, it does rock. When you go to put your knife in the line and set the marker on it, it pinches your knife. So that can also do something that's going to damage your edge. So I don't recommend this style like at all. I know that 99% of woodworking is preference, but this one, I'd say skip it and get something different because you're just going to damage your knife. The last thing that I want to mention here is they fit into my French cleat wall really well. It's perfect little storage for them. They look really nice sitting there. I like that you can see the numbers and then just grab them and go when you need to. So there you go. You don't have to make it complicated. It's a very simple tool. Let's keep it simple, but you don't have to compromise beauty with simplicity. He does a phenomenal job on these things, and I highly recommend them. The price is also really good when you start looking at the other brands. I believe he charges $50 a piece, $150 for the set. Don't quote me on that, but he does have a website. It's called skunktoolworks.com. He's also got an email address. I'll put his information down below. The last thing that I want to mention about him, his name is Troy, and he is a veteran. So this is a veteran-owned company made in America. I don't know how it's going to get any better than this. Simple tool, works really well. It's gorgeous, veteran-owned, made in America. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, feel free to let us know down below. And have a good day.